LeBron, is it good you guys were able to add? Ty said yesterday, you had like 6 or 7 sets off the elbow. Is that good, especially tonight against a Brooklyn team that likes to push it?
I mean, it's good versus any team, because we're just trying to, like I said, fast track our system with the new additions and everybody getting acclimated to what we want to do offensively and defensively. So, we every other day pretty much till I believe the first week of April. So, those in between days is going to be a lot of learning and a lot of teaching, so we can try to fast track this thing.
Yeah, when you're out there with him, you're trying to get the ball to Rodney as much as you can. He's a guy that needs touches.
I mean, listen, Rodney needs touches and Jordan.
Right.
So we're trying to make sure that we get the ball to those guys because they are high-powered and can score the ball very efficiently and make shots. So, when Rodney comes into the game, when Jordan comes into the game, you see the ball in Jordan's hands a lot, and we try to do a great job of putting in some things to help Rodney get going.
Brian, you spent a few games with the new guys now. Is there anything that you've learned about them that you might not have known about them before?
No. I mean, I do a good job of actually studying my opponents. So, as far as them personally, I'm still learning about that. But as far as their games, I pretty much knew, what they could bring to the table and what they brought to this league.
Ty mentioned that when we talked to the guys yesterday, he told them that you got to still be aggressive when LeBron's out there. You don't defer to him. Obviously, we know what you can do on the court, but can you do things to empower those guys to feel like when you do get the ball, hey, go make a play yourself?
They know that. That's a nice story.
You guys have been trying to push the pace all season long, but it's picked up even more since the new guys. Has that been more of a product of personnel or more of a point of emphasis?
A little bit of both. Having guys that can do multiple things with the ball allows us to push the pace. I think it's the first time we've had a 5 that can get a rebound and can push the break. So that automatically allows the pace to jump up. Larry pushed the break 3 times and had 3 assists last game. So, something that's going to work well for us.
When you compare this to your other situations that you've had in your career, how much greater degree of difficulty is it to take a team that's changed at mid-season and get them where you want to go?
It's challenging, but I'm up for the challenge, and it is what it is. I mean, I think adding this late in the season 4 new guys is going to be challenging for not only the coaching staff but for the players and for me as well. But it is what it is, and we have to figure out a way we can get better within these last 6 weeks going into the postseason.
LeBron, I apologize if you were asked about this on the road. What are your thoughts on the college basketball scandal right now? I know you're being a fan of the game. I know it's a broad question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: what do you think needs to change immediately? What solutions? Everybody talks about all the problems. What do you think we could do to fix it?
I don't know if there's any fixing the NCAA. I don't think it is. I think it's what's been going on for many years. I don't know how you can fix it. I don't see how you can fix it. Obviously, I've never been a part of it, so I don't know all the ins and outs about it. I don't know all the rules and regulations about it. But I do know what 5-star athletes bring to a campus, both in basketball and football. I know how much these college coaches get paid. I know how much these colleges are gaining off these kids. I don't know what's the what is it called, a stipend or something that the kids get? What is that? How much is that?
It's just the cost of the education. There's no relation to the income that they generate.
Oh, okay. So, I've always heard the narrative they get a free education. But you guys are not bringing me on campus to get an education. You guys are bringing me on it to help you get to a Final Four or to a national championship. So it's just weird. It's a weird thing. I got so many more comments about it. I know for us as an NBA, we have to shore up our G League, continue to expand our G League, and basically what it is like our farm league, in baseball. I'm not a fan of the NCAA. I love watching March Madness. I think that's incredible. I'm not a fan of how the kids don't benefit from none of this. So it's kind of a fine line because I actually got a couple boys that could be headed in that direction. So there's going to be some decisions that we as a family have to make. But I know as the NBA, we have to figure out a way that we can shore up our farm league, and if kids, feel like they don't want to be a part of that NCAA program thing, then we have something here for them to be able to jump back on and not have to worry about going overseas all the time, I guess. So we have to figure that out. But kids getting paid is not. That's not new. It's nothing new under the sun. You guys seen Blue Chips? It's a real movie. It's a real movie. Seriously, it's a real movie. It's just.
Without naming names or anything, what was the craziest offer you got during that time?
Me?
Junior year when it was.
Listen, man. I don't know. I can't even talk about that, man. Me and my mom was poor, I tell you that. And if they expected me to step a foot on the college campus and not go to the NBA, then we weren't going to be poor for long, I tell you that. That's a fact.
Do you think the NBA, though, will ever go back to don't have to go to college?
The one and done rule? It's something we got to discuss. I just looked at like you said, the farm league and like in baseball or you look at pros overseas. Some of those guys get signed at 14, but they get put into this farm system where they're able to grow and be around the other professionals for 3 or 4 years. And when they're ready, they hit the national team, or they're ready, they become a pro. So I think we have to kind of really figure that out, how we can do that. Like, we got a lot of kids. We're worried about kids coming into the league early, but they're not ready. Then they're out the league because of that. So I don't have the answer to it right now, but I kind of been brainstorming a lot. I don't want to tell y'all because if y'all steal my idea, then we're going to have some problems. But we have to figure out if a kid feels like at 16 or 17, he doesn't feel like the NCAA is for him or whatever the case may be. If we have a system in place where we have a farm league where they can learn and be around the professionals but not actually become a professional at that point in time, you're actually playing the NBA, but learn for a few years, learn what the NBA life is about, learn how to move and walk and talk and things of that nature. And then in 2 years, they're able just like guys do overseas. If you look at Messi's story, if anybody ever read Messi's story, he's a professional for 5-6 years before he actually became a professional, So, I think it's a cool thing how they do that over here. Sorry, that's gone. You have to get it from somebody else. They have a system in place that maybe we can copycat. I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, I apologize. That's yours? That's yours? All right, my fault.
I got it.
AAA batteries, I'll replace that. Got to get paid to replace that, though.
What do you believe the G League is missing from that standpoint?
I don't know. I know, first of all, we have every NBA team has to have their own farm system, and I think we're almost there, but we're not quite there yet. I'm not quite sure how many teams that we have, but I know it's not 30, and it's not one team per as of right now. We're getting there, and the G League is doing our clap and commend what we're doing right now with that. We've had so many call-ups in the last 10 years, and guys have actually, been, max guys, champions, people inspiring guys because they took that route. And we've also had guys that went overseas and then came back into the G League and been a part of our league. So we're doing a great job, but we want to continue to get better and better. I do like this. I got a real good idea about this whole farm system thing that I want to, go over with the commission and some of the people. But that's a longer dialogue. But NCAA is corrupt. We know that. I'm sorry. It's gonna make headlines, but it's corrupt.
Well, not to change. Are you still on subject? I was going to change.
I'm going to change it too, but you can go.
Given what you know of what it takes to put up a triple double in one game, to be able to average that over the course of a month, what did that achievement say? Or
My teammates are making shots. One, and I couldn't do that without them. I just try to put the ball on time and on target. If it's a cross-court pass to a shooter or outlet pass to a streaking runner or lob to one of my bigs, but they actually have to make the shot for it to become an assist. Rebounding for me has always been instinctual. I'm not a big box-out guy. I've always kind of used my instincts. I'm seeing the ball, if it's coming off the rim, how it's coming off the backboard, off the guy's hands, and just try to use my athleticism to go get the rebounds. And then the scoring part is, something I've kind of, if I can get, 2 layups a quarter or 3 layups a quarter, then I'm going to get over 10 points a game. I'm going to get over that. So the scoring has always been last on me. I never looked at myself as a scorer. But to know the history of the game and seeing the guys that puts up triple doubles on a regular, from Jason Kidd to Magic Johnson, Oscar Robertson, Russell Westbrook, and you throw my name in there as well. We do it on a regular. It's a very difficult task because you have so much responsibility, offensively, defensively, defensive rebound, to assist, get guys involved, and also be able to put numbers on the board as well. So it's very difficult, very challenging, and it takes a lot of energy. But when you built for it, you built for it.
Have you driven on 480 at all the last 2 days?
I have not, but I know all about it. I know all about it. It's a lot of potholes on 480. Got to be careful with the cars. Got to be very careful. That's why I don't do much driving. I sit in the back seat and you're talking about the Billboards, though.
Yeah. Is there any sort of feeling to know that is it flattery or is it?
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you can say it's it's a distraction. It's not. Not a distraction. It's actually very flattering that I'm sitting here at 33 in my 15th year in teams or guys. I'm going to say teams because, that becomes tampering. But people in their respective city want me to play for them. I mean, that's cool. I think that's dope.
How'd you hear about it?
How did I hear about it?
Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it. I heard about it before. I didn't talk to y'all yesterday, but I seen it before that just in case I saw y'all.
LeBron, have you seen Black Panther yet?
Yep, I seen it last night.
What do you think?
What do I think? It's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen, and so many different reasons why. At this time and place right now in the society that we're in right now, I think it was like perfect timing. Timing is everything. It's almost like when Bird and Magic came into the league. They just needed to have that at that particular time. It's almost like, when Jordan entered it. It's almost just like when somebody found out how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was like the greatest thing that happened at that point in time. And Black Panther is that because right now in society where, we're talking, Black Lives Matter and equality and things of that nature, and we see a community in Wakanda who was basically shielding themselves away from everybody because they felt what they had and how they protected their ones was the best way for them to survive. And then towards the end, they said, well, in order for us to survive as a people, we have to be one. In order for us to be as great as we can be, we all have to be one, and we're going to lend our resources. We're going to lend what we've done over our whole existence to everybody. That's one. And for me, as a kid growing up, I never thought that I would see a black superhero. I love superheroes growing up. I'm going to be honest. I love Batman. I love Superman. I love Spider-Man and Iron Man. But I never thought I could be them because they were always white Americans or white. So I kind of looked up more to like athletes and rappers and people in my neighborhood because they were one of color. So to see how powerful Black Panther is and how powerful his tribe was and his people around him, it just gave you like a sense of like, yes, not only can we be the president of the United States, Barack Obama, we can also be a superhero. And Black Panther, that's so dope for me and so dope for my kids to see that like right now in this point in time. So it's so much positive going on, and it's so great to have that type of positive feel, in such a negative time right now. So, and then shout out to the cast, the whole cast. They were unbelievable, and Michael B. Jordan is a good friend of mine. I talked to him a couple days ago. He's ecstatic about it. And the writer and director, Ryan Coogler, is a great friend of mine as well. Came to one of our games last year. It's just dope. I'm proud. I'm proud to be an African American right now watching that movie. I'll tell you that.
Did you see it with your boys?
My boys actually went before me. I was like, how do you do that? It's like I told you we were going to the movies, then we was going to Sky Zone, and then we had a sleepover. I was like, you didn't tell me that. It was, whatever.
They didn't want to go again?
Well, last night they couldn't go, so. Me and the wife went last night, but that's not the last time I'm going to go. I'll probably go 3 or 4 more times.
Did you get the sense that they had the same takeaway that you did for the movie?
No. They couldn't. There's no way. There's no way, because they don't have enough life existence yet to understand. But to know there could be a black superhero, they understand that.
LeBron, isn't that a cool thing, though, when you look at your kids, that they've seen a black president and it's not a big deal? They've seen a black superhero, it's not a big deal. Isn't that shows progress, at least for the kids?
And our community and the way we grow up is great progress. And for us, it is a big deal. In the grand scheme of things, and life is not a huge thing, but for us, where we grow up, and the statistics and the people that's discrediting you, even our own shield us and hate on us and tell us we can't become this, and this is either slang coke rock or you got a wicked jump shot, a line from Biggie Smalls. Like, they only tell you these are the only 2 options that you got. So it's a huge deal for us that you say, well, not only can you, don't worry about doing that, you can become the president of the United States, you can become a doctor, you can become the greatest policeman, you can become a fireman, you can become Black Panther. Like, that stuff means so much for us, because all we have is dreams. All we have is dreams. And when you have something that can make that dream become reality, either if it's a superhero or someone that made it out of your community, like myself, it allows us, our dreams, to become actuality. And it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing.
3-pointers are great, but who's counting?
Corver came to the ball, ready to fire. And drains it for 3. Hands it off to Corver. He turns, he fires. Launches the long distance. 3! He has nails it. Corver squares up. And it! La pone tres, sí, señor. Game changer! Corver again. Back to Corver for a 3! Nailed it!
Come watch history add up and keep your own count at my bobblehead night on March 1st at the Cube.
Corver again. Good again! Back to back!